Hi guys, Helen the Russian here. Just discovered new disturbing and unpleasant thing from eBay, and it is my belief that it started 2 months ago, so this is the second month of it. I noticed last month that my eBay invoice seemed to be a bit high. Well, not a bit, like quite a bit higher than normal, while the sales weren't that much higher. In fact, they were very much in line with the previous months. So, to be specific, my invoice for eBay was anywhere between $70 to $90 usually, and boom, it's $146, which I was really busy, and it gets paid automatically off my credit card, and I didn't think much of it. And you can see that was paid. And yesterday I get this new invoice for this month, and again it's $140 some, and I'm like, let me look at this. Let me look at the breakdown. What is so high? Well, imagine my surprise when I'm looking at it, and there is shipping fees, and I wonder, what about shipping fees? My shipping, as you all know, if you ever traded on eBay, in the last couple of years or more, when someone bought something, you go to print a shipping label, that's an option on eBay, and it automatically charges your PayPal account, meaning you cannot get that label and pay later. It won't print. So you have to pay. The money instantly goes out of your PayPal account. So I was wondering, why is that? And $34.88 is not a little money. As you can see, my store cost me $20. Final value fees were $90, and this $35. I called, and a woman named Fiona, just like the Shrek, Fiona, for starters, it sounded like she didn't know what was going on, and I do believe she actually didn't. That's why I believe it's new, because I noticed it 2 months ago and she didn't. To start with, she had trouble finding my invoice, although I gave her all the information. And then when people don't know what to say, they keep going, okay, so $34.88 for shipping, and going like that. And I was like, look, Fiona, no offense, I sense you can't help me. Why don't you transfer me to your supervisor? And that's when things started getting funny. She goes, okay, well, I can do this, but I will have to put you on hold. Basically, she was trying to put me off. I go, no, that's okay. Put me on hold. And then she goes, well, so you won't be able to get transferred to supervisor. Supervisor will have to call you back. I go, okay, well, have one call me back and give me a time frame. Well, she puts me on hold and takes fair bit. I think it was nearly 10 to 15 minutes, which it's not a problem. I have a smartphone. I put it on speaker and I was carrying on doing whatever I was doing. Well, she gets back. And that's when things gets funny. She tried to purposefully confuse me, and I tell you why I know for a fact that was the case. Because she starts mixing up shipping fees with. She goes, well, there are final value fee and then shipping fee. I go, well, wait. I know exactly what final value fee is. I have no questions about it. Let us focus on the shipping fees. I paid for shipping through my PayPal. What is this? Well, she was forced to tell me, and again, she first told me in a really roundabout way, and I said it back to her 4 different times, 4 different ways, so I know I got that correctly. I know, and I got her to confirm I got this correctly. So here is what eBay does, apparently, now. You know how they give us discounts? So I'll give a very simple example. So flat rate USPS priority mail envelope, regular price, if you go to the post office, is $6.65. You all know that. When you print the shipping label on eBay, eBay gives you a discount, so you end up paying $5.90. So you're thinking, wow, I'm saving 75 cents. That's a great discount. And it is. Well, now eBay charges you back about 10%, just under 10% of what you paid, of that $5.90. That comes at the back end right here at your invoice in those shipping fees. And that's on every item. That's what they are doing now. And it's new, and that's where Fiona lied. Because I asked her, I said, well, is this been done just recently? Because I noticed the hike in my invoice. She said, no, it's always been that way. Well, no, it hasn't. Because this morning I spoke with my girlfriend who had her eBay store for nearly 6 years now, and hers is a whole lot bigger than mine. Like mine has about 250 items, hers is over 500. And she noticed that her invoice was unusually high. And when she called, now my girlfriend's English is, I mean, she speaks English fine, but it's not as good as mine. And sometimes when people deliberately try to confuse her in English, they succeed. So that's what she told me. She said she called and they were trying to do, well, they succeeded with her. Same thing they tried to do with me. Run about just, rattling off, well, final value fee, shipping fee, and she just couldn't figure out what the deal is. Well, because I kept asking questions, I figured it out. So I know it to be the case. So, and they are dishonest about this clearly and very ambiguous, because let me move this up here. See, they tell us that shipping fees include, but see, include does not mean limited to. Services such as global shipping problem, return, and FedEx shipping printed on eBay. But they are not limited to those, because clearly that girl on the phone yesterday, she was quoting specific items that I've sold in the month of December, and I don't sell that much. So, and I have excellent memory. So I know the items she was quoting, they definitely went domestically through USPS. I know that for a fact. So it had nothing to do with global shipping problem, and also they were small items, so they were not FedEx. I'm only FedExing really big items that USPS Parcel Service charges a lot for. And they charge that, it basically, the example she gave me, like for instance, say I paid $3 for the label, and then eBay charged me on the invoice additional 27 cents for that. So it's just under 10%. But yeah, not I'm telling you, so not cool. That company is not getting any better. It's seriously getting worse. It is beyond me how on earth no one started a competition yet. I mean, honestly, Uber came about, and only a few years later we had Lyft. And despite all the Uber done, some really dirty tactics, which are now, we know for a fact, it's not a rumor, we know for a fact, Lyft succeeded. And it looks like they're gonna prevail, actually. They're giving Uber run for their money now. I do not understand how is no one created another platform like eBay and started competing. The problem with Amazon, see, I would have sold on Amazon, but big bulk of my inventory is second-hand clothing and shoes, which Amazon does not allow. Well, honestly, if people, maybe more people should start writing to Amazon and asking them to change that policy. All it is a change in policy. It's not that big of a deal. They resale marketplace. You can do it. If they change that, honestly, I'll switch to Amazon. This is getting ridiculous. I can't imagine why nothing has been done. But in the meantime, obviously, this is not going to change. Calling eBay and expressing your dissatisfaction, we all know that's not going to do anything. It's not going to serve any purpose. So my suggestion at this stage is just basically try to pass, well, A, be aware of that you're paying more shipping, and B, pass the cost on to the buyer. Like I hardly ever offer free shipping. The only time I offer free shipping on my items is when I look at all the other listings of similar items and everybody's offering free shipping. So basically I'm forced into it. It's not by choice. And dear buyers, if you're listening to this, don't get upset. That's what eBay is all about. Shipping is part of the equation. It always has been. I don't know why people expect this free shipping nowadays. And besides, a lot of, like, I'm honest, I price the item correctly to what it is. I never hike up the prices. And most of my items have best offer option. So I'm willing to give a bit of a discount. But basically, here's what eBay is. You buy, there are several categories. Category 1, you buy items at the cheaper price than you can get them retail for various reasons. You know, people have various reasons for selling them. Or you find items on eBay that are either one of a kind or were mass-produced at some stage, but now rare or no longer available. So you really want something that's not out there anymore. You cannot get it in the store, and so you go on eBay. well, then you have to pay for the shipping, unless you live in the same town. Like I've been known to deliver my item by hand for a small fee, because I drive for rideshare and I drive all over town for work anyhow, it doesn't matter. But it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. And now let us get back, just as a closing. A lot of people should really rethink how much they pay eBay and whether or not it's worth it to even buy labels from eBay anymore in view of this new policy. Because here's the thing. When you print the label from eBay, obviously you use your own printer, paper, and ink. Ink is not cheap. As a matter of fact, I went 2 days ago, I ran out, and I spent $53 to replace the ink in my printer. And now, like before that, I thought, right, yeah, I'm getting all these savings on the postage. But now, if my savings, like I said, flat rate, priority envelope, my savings are 17 cents. There have to be a lot of 17 cents saving for me to pay back for that $53 worth of ink. Well, 55 it was mostly with tax, actually. While if you go to the post office uses their own ink to print their postage, clearly. And in my case, and again, it's all about saving time as well, but in my case, I live really close to the main, meaning central post office here in Las Vegas. So normally I print all the labels and package everything up, and then I take it to the post office. So I'm thinking, yeah, I will consider, I honestly will give it some thought of how much labels I'm gonna print from eBay's from now on. But anyhow, I thought I'd let everybody know and keep everybody appraised of what's happening. Not good, seriously, not good. And I'm really curious to hear from entrepreneur Kevin. Kevin, if you're watching this, do comment or even make your own video, please, because, yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Anyhow, have a nice day, everybody.